This tree was cut in the late fall, so the cambium layer, which is the layer between the bark and the sapwood, is strong. So it most likely won't come off in the drying process and will stay on for a long time. For this video, I will make one shelf with the bark on and one shelf with the bark off. And then you can decide what look better suits your home. Okay, I got most of the cambium layer off with my chisel. Usually the rest of the process I wouldn't do until the wood is dry, but right now all I have is green wood, and I want to show you guys the process of making a live edge shelf. So I'm going to go ahead and use my orbital sander to get the rest of the cambium layer off down to the sapwood. You just want to make sure you don't go too deep and gouge out the wood and affect the natural look of the live edge. I am going to go through a lot of sandpaper just because the green wood clogs up the paper pretty quickly. Once I'm done all that, I'm going to cut the other edge off the board, and that would be the edge that goes against your wall. Okay, what I tried doing there was hot gluing a piece of plywood onto my chalk line for an offset of the distance between the blade of my skill saw to the edge of the table. But the hot glue's not sticking to the maple because it's frozen and wet. So I'm gonna have to make a new chalk line where I actually want the cut and then freehand with my skill saw that way. Normally I would be using my corded Makita skill saw for this, but a while ago I moved, sold my old house, and in the moving process I seem to have misplaced a few things, and one of them is my Makita skill saw. Okay, we got our two shelves cut, one with the bark on, one with the bark off. They both have one edge ripped off, go against the wall, and they're cut to a rough length. One is about 8.5 feet, and the other one is 9 feet. I cut them longer than 8 feet because if you want to put them, let's say, between two walls, and the walls aren't quite square, you have lots of room to cut each end to fit your walls exactly. So now they're ready for the planer, so I'll go pull the planer out, and I'll meet you over there. Okay, it's the next day. It's about -17 Celsius. That's 19 Fahrenheit, I believe. I built this rack today so I could display the shelves nicely. It's a nice little rack. I just made it out of pine. I stained it with golden oak and red oak stain mixed together. So our shelves, our live edge shelves, are all done. We got one with the bark peeled off and one with the bark still on. Just to remind you guys, these are green. You don't want to let your shelves dry for 6 months to a year. That'll bring them down to about 20% moisture. And then after that, if you want to use them inside, it is recommended that you get them kiln dried. That would bring them down to about 5 to 10% moisture. There is a mill that I contacted that will do kiln drying for 88 cents a board foot. So the board foot is 1 foot by 1 foot, 1 inch thick. These were 1 inch, and then I planed them down just to show you guys the process of how you plane them down. This shelf is about 5.5 to 6 inches on average, and 3/4 inch thick. So you have to do some math about how many board feet you have. The shelves with the bark on, they're more of a rustic look. The shelves with the bark peeled off, it's still rustic, but it's a little bit more modern. The one knot, as I was plating the board, the one knot had some rot in it that I noticed. So what you would do about that is you just use some small chisels. Like my smallest chisel is 1/4 inch. And what works good too is a little dental picks, the metal dental hook picks. You just get all the rotten stuff out, and then you can fill it with either a black epoxy, which does have to dry overnight, or you can use Bondo, which works really good actually, just normal car Bondo. You mix it up with some black chalk or whatever color chalk you want to use, and you stuff it in there, let it dry. It dries in like 30 seconds or a minute, and then you sand it off, and it works really good actually. Yeah, so this shelf has some really nice grain to it. It's the smaller one. It was further away from the heartwood, closer to the edge of the cant. And this, see if I can tip this up without it falling over. This one has some really beautiful grain to it. It's right in the heartwood. So I have another plank, maybe 2 more that'll look like this out of the same cant. That's how you make live edge shelving, guys. And thanks for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button and the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Take care.